What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some Destiny 2 news and updates. And so in this one, Bungie actually give us a few updates regarding some bugs in the game right now. They speak about skimmers crashing games, and some pretty weird Crucible glitches that can lead to messed up lobbies. That looks like fun, doesn't it? But we're also going to talk about a bunch of leaks and conversation in the community at the moment about future content, as well as Black Armory gear being added into the Eververse rotation. There are some interesting exotic bits as well. So we'll talk about those and a still hidden exotic cosmetic this season. It's actually a pretty good one. It could be tied to a season finale. And we've got some details about what that could potentially look like. So quite a few things to talk about. But before we get into it today, guys, if you're looking for delicious, fresh and easy to prepare meals delivered right to your door, then HelloFresh have some mouth-watering recipes and ingredients which make cooking at home easy and satisfying. Plus, right now we have an exclusive deal that you won't want to miss out on. But first, HelloFresh deliver ingredients and recipes directly to us, with more than 40 recipes to choose from, which help us explore awesome food while saving time and money. And there are options for everyone, including healthy and wholesome foods to quick and easy meals which suit all tastes. And if you're like me and struggle with meal planning and sometimes stare blankly into the fridge, then HelloFresh have you covered. And they've got plenty of step-by-step recipes with pre-portioned ingredients to cut down on prep time and make the process simple. And whether you want high protein or calorie smart meals, HelloFresh have tags to help you pick which foods meet your goals. But there are also loads of veggie and pescatarian recipes, so that you can ditch your meal planning blues and eat happy with America's #1 meal kit. On top of that, right now, if you click the link in the description or use code Houndish16FM in the store, you'll get 16 free meals plus free dessert for life while the subscription is active. So it's an absolutely awesome offer at the moment. I totally recommend that you check it out. Plus, it really supports me here on the channel. So the details for that are in the description box below. Now though, getting on to some updates from Bungie initially for the video, and somebody said, what about game crashes regarding skimmers being equipped? And the Destiny 2 team responded and said, we have a fix that'll be deploying soon, currently planned for the next update. So Bungie have recognized that these are causing game crashes. They're relatively rare, but it is something that'll be fixed in an update pretty soon. They've also responded to a bunch of feedback about Crucible bugs, and they are looking into an issue where some games will boot up with uneven team distributions, as you can see here, 3 players on one team and 7 players on the other, which is certainly not correct. So hopefully that's one they'll have a fix for soon as well. Players have complained that glaives currently only get 1 shot in the new PvP ammo system, and the D2 team said, hey everyone, just wanted to let you know that we're aware of the issue and are currently working on a fix. So that'll be one thing coming down the road, but following complaints about increased PvP matchmaking times, the team did say it appears that increased matchmaking times has been caused by temporary server issues that should now be resolved. And players had also interestingly pointed out that player health in private matches hasn't been changed to match the current Crucible sandbox. And Bungie said they want to confirm that this is a bug and the health update should be applied in private matches as well, so they're investigating a fix for that. And there's another one where strongholds aren't granting restoration times 2 anymore, which they've said they are also investigating. So just a few quick updates right there. And yes, more bugs. There tend to be plenty of them when we get bigger updates like this, so I'll keep you posted when we get info about potential fixes. Up next though, there's been more reporting about data mines hinting at a potential Ghostbusters crossover for Destiny 2. And the game post said, a recent D2 data mine has unveiled intriguing hints of a potential collaboration with the Ghostbusters franchise. And shortly after this week's update went live, dedicated players jumped into the game files and found 3 mysterious text strings that suggest the arrival of Ghostbusters themed content in future. And the text strings include, add Ghostbusters gear to your collections, Ghostbusters gear in the Eververse store, and even a 3D model right here, which is rather interesting. But the game post points out, this isn't the first time there's been a Ghostbusters themed item, and we had the Buster Ray exotic emote during Festival of the Lost in 2022. So some indications that it could be a thing coming down the road at some point. It'd certainly be a bit of a different collaboration, and give us any thoughts you may have about that. Bungie Leaks had also shared though, some potential leaks which are worth taking with a grain of salt as always, but someone had shared that there was apparently going to be a Galahorn ornament set for classes at some point in early 2024. And it's interesting because in the March update, of course, we've now got the Galahad bundle that does have some Galahorn themed gear. These were posted a little while ago, so potentially lend some credibility to those leaks, which also suggested that the final shape will feature a new social space that is like a combination of the Helm, the D1 tower, and the D2 tower. And that is possibly true based on some of the gameplay and the areas that we'll visit in the final shape. And they'd indicated as well that there will be an April showcase for the final shape, and we do have confirmation that we're going to get an April update called Into the Light, as well as more reveals starting at that point in time. So these are potentially true. Of course, time will tell, but as we've seen in the past few days, ornaments for weapons like Recluse, the Hammerhead from Black Armory, as well as Season of the Forge and Season of Dawn armor sets have been added to the Eververse rotation as popping up at some point during the season, and this season will run straight into that April update. So as we get closer to that and starting to get some reveals, it will definitely be interesting to see what we get. Another thing worth briefly mentioning here, but Bungie have added a new exotic ornament for the Whisper of the Worm called Gilded Cage. It isn't available at the moment, and I believe it's going to be a silver only item this season. That's kind of an interesting one with the conversation about the potential of reprised loot during the Into the Light update. There's some speculation potentially Bungie could bring something like the Whisper exotic mission back. Of course it is on a sunset destination, so it'd require a little bit of technical work I'm sure, but if Bungie were focusing on reprised content as opposed to brand new stuff, if they fluffed out the loot pool for a mission like this, much like we've seen in the exotic mission Rotator, actually it could be something that players are interested to dive back into. But again, absolutely is not something that's confirmed yet. I'd love to get your thoughts in the comment section though. Potentially some time after the April update though, we're still anticipating a finale for Season of the Wish. And we know that there's a Triumph, but we should once again mention a spoiler alert here if you don't want to know any potential story links for the end of the season. But there'll be a mission called Closer to the Heart as the season finale this time around. That appears to be a reference to the Pale Heart and the Traveler destination that we'll go into in the final shape. So we can expect to see this finale probably following the updates that we'll get in April. And currently in the database, there are some additional Season of the Wish items which haven't dropped yet. One of them is an exotic ship called Unforeseen Consequences. This actually has a pretty unique and interesting design. And exotic vehicles have previously been rewards for season finales, so those could be connected. I would assume that we probably are going to get this ship regardless. So there's that, but also the Wish Upon a Star emblem, which has a sort of riven sigil on it. And since those haven't released and we've wrapped up all of the other season content we know of, it's looking pretty likely that these could be connected to a season finale. So some other items there that we can look forward to getting hold of at some point in the future. For today though guys, that is what we have to speak about. So as always, I hope this video has been useful, and if it has, a rating below really does help us out on the channel. Also, if you're new around here, be sure to get subscribed and I'll keep you posted with more Destiny content. But otherwise, I appreciate you tuning and I will catch you guys very soon.